Hello and welcome to A Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan and I'll be your storyteller for the evening. On tonight's episode, we have a special guest for a while as we recorded this episode while we were on vacation. We'll let them introduce their characters in time, but we were very happy to have Jesse and Benji play with us. The gang gets approached by three mysterious figures with an offer for them, and Cass tests out her acting abilities. This is Exalted vs. World of Darkness, Friendly Neighborhood Exalts, Episode 13, King of Thieves. Sometimes my jokes are killer. Other times, I just can't relate to you.
You miss all the shots you don't take, son. It's okay.
So when we left off, you guys were going back to the club building and found a note on the door. What did the note say? Did you guys write that down?
We know what you've been doing and we want to work together.
Sure, that sounds right.
We know
a note that basically says they know what we are and want to work with us. Signature to be figured out later.
Okay, so
notes for chumps.
Go fuck
we know who you are and we want to work together. Signed, J.
Like the letter J or
Like the letter J.
J-A-Y?
Like the letter J.
Okay.
So, you guys are eventually contacted by this Jay who wants to meet up.
Nah, fuck it. Brendan.
What?
I'm gonna do the thing. Jay, who's Jay? Before we even go and meet up with them, what's Jay's real name?
Nah, you gotta save that so that we can learn Benji's real name. That way we can fuck with him.
I'll go ahead and roll that shit.
Okay, yeah, roll it.
I believe.
You need one.
I only need one success.
Oh, you only need one success? Okay.
Yep, Dex and Larcy, so it should be 8 dice. That's a 10, and that's an 8, so that's, there's no 1s in there, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think my difficulty's 8 too. Yeah, so I got 4 successes. Okay. So what's Jay's real name?
Sounds like Christina's real happy to be off of Dice Parser.
Right?
Okay, Jay's real name, as you pull on the threads of fate to reveal this person's name to you, is... I'm just trying to make sure that I get everything right in my head before I just start spouting it off.
So we can always do research to find out who the fuck this is.
Japanese recruiters.
Japanese recruiters.
He wants all the money.
Japanese recruiters.
Okay, you ready? Industrious, adamantine, Jotun, J-O-T-U-N.
I know how to spell Jotun.
I didn't.
Wait.
The power metal's not strong enough.
Wait, how did you spell it?
J-O-T-U-N.
Oh. Never mind.
So she didn't know how to spell it.
Of the Divine Forge.
Oh, great.
That's some power metal shit there, son.
Guys, I just realized something. I don't have a solar name.
That's fine.
It's a mild suggestion for you.
I didn't get that far.
Okay, so we get the letter. I look at it. Guys, so I know who this person is. Really weird name. Industrious Adamantine Jotun of the Divine Forge.
What?
What do those words mean?
What?
I can't
Adamantine.
read those words you're saying.
Yeah, you definitely can't because it's not written here. You can't read it at all. You also can't say it.
Yeah, you also can't read anyway.
Yeah. Also, apparently,
we hear that and we're just confused because we can't even fathom those words together.
So you know what's really weird? I've learned after doing this, nobody else can say it but me. It's kind of neat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for 2 days now. Yeah. Nobody can think it or say it.
I don't think I want to say it. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Wait, say what?
What's a mouthful, Brick?
You know, I knew it, but now I can't remember it.
So, switching scenes for just a moment.
Well, I'm going to click it off so that the name goes back into the world and then I can tell it to them again.
Okay, so switching scenes for just a moment while this is happening. Jesse and Benji, who are our guest stars for tonight, who are playing Jesse, you're playing
I am playing Stargazer,
the Star Metal
who is the Star Metal Alchemical Exalted.
If that's not steampunk,
And Benji,
I don't
you
know
are
what
playing-
it is.
I am Roku's Basilisk.
Roku?
Roko.
Roko.
Basilisk?
Playing a Moonshadow Abyssal Exalted.
So you guys are working with Jay Jotun, as you've called him before. He's kind of the mastermind behind your operation, and for about 10 seconds, you can't remember his name, despite the fact that you have talked to him for years and years.
What?
Wait, who do we work for again?
You know what's great?
I can't
He doesn't know
remember.
his name either.
This is
Guys, what are you doing?
what's
What
your
is
name,
this?
boss?
Who are you again?
Boss, what's your name?
I'm.
I can't remember your name, boss.
Oh, it's Jotun. Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
That's right. The hell was that?
I love this ability.
I shouldn't have left that note.
It's so good seeing the other side of what happens.
I'm gonna start using this more often.
You already use it a lot, but you should indeed use it
The
more.
galvanized ones.
Like I said, I'm using on the president.
He's just like, I made a mistake. We should probably go and go back to that college kids clubhouse and
You know
sing our
What, give her more ammo to use that?
These
boss.
professional criminals.
You know, we've talked about this.
Smooth criminal.
In person does tend to work a little better.
I just thought it would be more intimidating to do it to a bunch of kids.
Give her the name again.
These
Sir,
are kids. They don't understand intimidation.
You know, you're right. They are going to college. They are going to a college in Brooklyn.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
I mean, it makes sense. You know,
I'll get the car, sir.
I appreciate it. And then you guys get in the car. While you guys are just
Never
kind
bring a fist to a gunfight.
switching back over. While you guys are just kind of fucking around, like with your, just kind of like, that was a cool thing you did there, Cass. Don't ever do it to me. like everybody's just kind of chilling out at the clubhouse as you do after a very awkward trip to the museum.
Hey, Liv, block this uppercut.
The ghosts are in full swing, working on their next issue of Anathema. They've been kind of picking you guys' brain over the last couple weeks about like the rest of your adventures.
I hate that name for this, by the way.
You all didn't give me a name, so I gave it a
We
name.
did this to ourselves. He is correct.
Good thing I can't read that comic book.
While this all is going on and the other group is on the way, there is a knock at the door. Hello? Hey, is Oliver there?
Do we recognize the name?
It's Aaron.
No. That's your problem.
No, Oliver's dead. Lives here, though.
Oh, okay. Hey, I was just... Did you guys put a... Hey, Liv. How are you, buddy?
Another day, I suppose.
How's Mortuary? He looks flustered, and he's clearly looking around to see if a certain ghost is near you, which she is not. She is not near you. But you do see that he is hiding something behind his back. Hey, so I heard that you were helping with a thing.
A thing.
He very quickly whips out the first issue of Anathema and goes, I think I know who this is. Can you please sign this? Can you get all your friends to sign it for me?
No!
You think that I, who does nothing but spend my waking hours covering my mental state with caffeine and dead bodies, know them? So is that what you came to me for? That's it?
Yeah. I think that you're the ghost guy. You can see floating up behind him is Annabelle.
just gonna wait, see what happens. Watch the fire.
I can't save him.
One thing I just realized, because I read my name pilfering practice charm again. So you know how I said it was 2 days, just overall. No, it's essence rating days per success. So I got 4 success. So I could have kept his name for 8 days.
Aaron, I have a question.
Yeah?
If you knew the author of that book, so to speak, say even the person who did the artwork for that comic, what would you think to say to them?
You guys are fantastic and you're great and like you're gonna go somewhere. Like this is gonna be great. Like he kind of like is staring and very clearly like freaking out. He's just like, I don't know, like I love you.
You're going places.
I love your work. I love your work. The ghost behind him very clearly ghostly blushes and goes, "Aw, Aaron, I love you too." And he immediately jumps up, leaves his copy, and runs.
I think I handled that well.
You didn't even have to lie. I'm proud of you, Liv.
I don't lie.
So, it takes a little bit of you guys just kind of hanging out, and then a car pulls up. A very well-kept Honda Civic. And out of it, 3 people step. First would be Jesse.
I walk around. I open up the door for the boss.
What does your character look like? Just
My
basic
character-
description.
Imagine Raiden from Metal Gear Solid Rising
Okay.
in his like suit.
Okay.
Okay, I dig it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Like he's wearing that nice suit he wore in the very beginning. He's just kind of walking through.
Benji?
As my character steps out of the car, you notice he's in a very well-pressed silk suit, kind of shiny. Looking at him, you would notice that he is probably one of the most attractive people you have ever seen. Very tall gentleman, chiseled features. Definitely looks like someone that you could grab a drink with, but at the same time, you don't want to fuck with.
Okay. And then Jesse opens up the door for a man with weirdly like silvery, like a silvery sheen to his skin, who is built like 2 Leonards put together. So like he's
Colossus.
he's basically Colossus. He's big and tall and just wide, like
Dense.
yeah, he's very dense. He moves slowly and has kind of like a, I don't want to say thunderous step, but like, there is definite weight when he moves. He goes up with his driver and hacker man flanking him and knocks very loudly on the door.
I'm gonna open it.
Okay?
Hey! Welcome to the... What's our club again?
Comic book club.
We are the comic book club?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the comic book club. What can we do for you?
Hello there. You must be Leonard.
Yeah. That is my name, isn't it? Yeah. I am Leonard.
Did you forget your name code?
No.
Was Christina using that on you?
No, I just wasn't thinking of my name.
You know, it doesn't cost any essence or anything for me to do. I just have to succeed once.
Oh,
So, it's also only a 1 dot thing. It's super cheap.
Wait, how do you know my name? Are you one of those guys that... Are you... He's a Dracula.
I am not a Dracula, I assure you. I am actually here to approach you all with a, we've been watching you, and we like what we see. Now...
I'm calling the police.
I already have my phone out.
You know some of us are minors, right?
I already have my phone out.
We're not here from the casting couch.
Give
I
us.
quit. I'm out. Goodbye, cruel world.
We want you all to help us steal some things that don't belong to people.
By the way, for those of you that are just joining us, Lenny is 6'5", 200 pounds, wearing a crop top and cut off jeans.
Oh yeah, we should probably.
Marcy is a 5'8", 185 pound, kind of like rather thin girl with long black hair, bright blue eyes. She normally wears like baggy or oversized like sweaters or sweatshirts, skinny jeans that are ripped, combat boots, and she always has like a messenger bag that she carries her stuff in. And then her hair is either usually pulled back in a braid, ponytail, or just down.
Oh, so I know originally I said Cass is like 5 foot tall, but I have to make her shorter than that because she is hella short.
Because she has the short flaw, right?
Yeah, I think she has to be shorter than 5 feet. So she's like 4'10", short blonde hair, brown eyes with like flecks of gold in it. Just kind of dressed in normal like t-shirt with a jacket and jeans type of thing. Very laid back looking, but very short.
And within the oblivion we are breathless, live for short, is a very gaunt and pale medical student, about 6 feet tall, kind of lanky, tow hair, white, blonde hair, and always looks tired and half conscious.
What do you mean you've been What did you see us do? Are you watching us like the police were watching us, or?
No.
No, we're you all are very similar to my associates.
Oh, y'all are college students too? What college do you go to?
He stares at you, unbelieving that there's someone this dumb in a college.
Football scholarship.
So we're not calling the cops on them, right?
Nah, they're other college kids.
How old do they look?
How old do you two look?
Mid-30s?
Not college kids.
Early 30s.
Late bloomers, just like me. Don't forget how to read too.
There's a difference between a late bloomer and a dumb brick.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Are you industrious adamantine and Jotun of the Divine Forge?
Yeah.
Okay.
How? That's
I appreciate being unable to think of that name for a few minutes.
I can make it much longer than a few
That
minutes.
was a hyper-specific name to call me. I haven't
that
been
is your
called
true name.
Yes,
Which
I prefer Jotun. It's shorter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call you that every single time. It's just I like flexing on names.
Okay.
Oh, is that like your angel name?
Yes, let's go with that. One of the other
Wanna
things
join the
about
baseball team?
we'll talk about baseball later. One of the other things that you notice between this guy and Stargazer is that they have shiny gems planted right in the middle of their forehead.
I was just stretching.
Yep. Sounds about right. I was about to ask a really dumb question, but I realized the answer to it.
Oh.
I was going to ask what Cassie was, but it's literally in the name. So.
Yeah. I have come here with a proposition. You all have a lot of skills that we need on our side to return goods that were stolen from us, particularly from the Museum of Natural History.
Oh, Marcy, they need angels in the outfield. We can be their outfielders.
Lenny, I don't play baseball.
Neither do I.
Wink.
Oh, you're looking for assistance with petty crime. I see.
They're going to
Wait, we're doing crime?
we need
Yes.
I would technically it is a crime to steal from a museum. However, the people who are going to get these items will use them for less than noble purposes. The vials, have you all been to see these exhibits? The vials, the crystal coffin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys talk about it.
Insert exhibits here.
Insert names of
vials-
all the goddamn plagues and sicknesses that I hate.
The vials are being sent They say that they're sending them back to the CDC.
By the way, Cass is keeping a very close eye on like his facial tics and everything while he's talking.
When he talks, he has kind of like, I don't want to say puppet lines, like how
Like a hinge?
I know what you mean.
he
though.
has like a hinge that is just.
I'm going to listen to this and basically kind of be like, is he bullshitting us or not type of thing. But I'm going to wait for you to finish everything first.
Okay. The vials are not being sent to the CDC. That was a cover story for a sinister corporation that we've been keeping an eye on. They're planning on using it to potentially harm the rest of the world. Plagues like that should not be in the hands of, well, honestly, the people that they want it to be in the hands of. I have a safe storage space out in elsewhere. The way that he says elsewhere, it sounds like the first E on there is capitalized.
Oh, it's where those cats are from.
There's a few other things that we were looking to get. There was a display of gems there. I'm not sure if you saw it, but if you did, you'd notice that they're very similar to one of these.
I didn't see any gems in there.
No.
There was a gem
There was
display.
no
you
one
guys
playing
just never-
basketball there.
There was a gem display. You guys just never went to it.
Well, we
Yeah,
got
no, I didn't
sidetracked
see
with
anyone
all
playing
the other
basketball.
shit like families.
If you all could help me with that, I'd be willing to help you get anything else that you'd like out of there.
What
How
are
do we
you,
plan to steal a whole?
what are you going to do
gymnasium?
with them? Why do you want them?
The vials are going to be returned to a safe space where they cannot hurt people. The gems are my stolen... He tries to think of the word.
Property?
Was it proteges?
My stolen friends.
Right. So how do we know
It's probably
that you're not
Get your
going...
friend's rocks off.
How do we know that you're not going to use those vials for... Like, how do we know they're going to be in a safe
Evil?
place and not be used for evil?
You certainly don't, but I can guarantee you that I'm a better...
How do we know where you're not lying?
Yeah, I was about to ask. It's like, what would
Do
you
you,
like
do you
me
guys
to
have
roll?
do you guys have a thing
I
to?
don't yet.
Do you have a thing?
Do you guys have a charm to let you do that, or do you guys want to?
No, I'm just rolling based
Should've
off of
picked it up.
stats and shit that I have,
Okay.
and being a manipulative person myself.
I'm trying to think. So you're just watching him to determine.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
why I wanted to
I'm gonna say
establish off the bat that I was.
perception and subterfuge. Do you think there'd be a better stat to
do with lying.
empathy? Can
So okay, I'm gonna pose a thing. So I have honey tongued.
mm-hmm.
So like I know subterfuge decently well. Like I have a boon to subterfuge rolls, and I'm very manipulative. So like based off of stats. So I don't know if like honey tongue would actually help with it, but I don't know. Like so I think subterfuge would work. I just don't know if that would be. I'm trying to look at what else would work. Okay, so I'll do perception and subterfuge. So still 8 dice.
difficulty 7.
No, I'm not actually trying to subterfuge. So.
Because his it's difficulty 7 because he does not emote.
Yeah,
as
emote,
much.
yeah. So that gets rid of. That was a turn. Go away. Yeah, that got rid of all my successes. So
Does it just fail?
I broke even. So
Yeah, so it's just failed. It's
Yep.
not much.
'cause I don't think I have anything that actually will help.
He seems real fucking trustworthy. In fact, like, he seems like probably the most honest adult that you've ever met.
Okay.
Lenny's an adult.
He seems like the second most honest adult that you've ever met. Because Lenny would obviously be the first most honest adult.
All right. So what's in this for us?
Well, we could pay you. You could have your pick of the loot. You could figure out if you guys wanted some other things. Size is not a problem. Don't worry about that. My guy here, that car we drove up in, fantastically made model. Can't find a better car out there on the market. I can guarantee you.
Loads of trunk space.
I take good care of it.
Got it.
Man needs help getting his friends.
What if it takes a second, probably 5 seconds, just to scratch his chin, and then resets? I would require my selection from one of the 6 vials for me to help you. For my own personal study. Take it or leave it.
Which one?
I'll decide when we get them. Needless to say, it won't be influenza.
Well, yes, of course, that one was already opened. I assume you mean one of the ones that still has liquid within it.
Correct.
Okay. What do you want, Marcy? How does he know your name?
Yeah,
What a weird coincidence. What a weird thing to know.
Yeah, what a weird thing to know people's names.
Thank you for not giving me the chance to ask how he knows my name.
But I mean, also, I did say your name out loud.
Oh, that's right, you did.
You can yada yada away.
I'm also gonna hand him a blank piece of paper. Have someone write down whatever you know about the museum security and hand it back to me before you leave.
I mean, I already know a little bit.
All right.
Bit of
I
cameras
was
and shit.
actually going to just go get the blueprints out of my car.
Very well.
So basically, to summarize, you want to put the vial somewhere else, and then you want the gems back for whatever personal use.
Yes, they're my family.
So are you just
Stones
going
my
to
family.
keep them to yourself, or are you...
I'm going to give them to proper hosts
Interesting. Okay.
who have
Interesting choice of words.
been properly educated on the benefits and downsides of binding with the will of Autochthonia.
That's not even a word.
That does sound like some Transformer shit, though. Otherwise, in disguise.
Nope, not a word. Can't tell me otherwise. I might not be able to read, but I know it's not in the dictionary.
Well, say that. Wait, pronounce that one more time.
Autochthonia? Autochthonia is what I should have said.
Yeah, that's why I took a moment. I was like, wait a second.
Autothon.
Yep.
There are 2 alchemicals in front of you. Of course they're talking about Autothon.
Uh-huh.
Autothons, roll out.
Did you say Autothon or Autothoughts?
Yes.
I quit.
You let your mind fill in the blanks.
I quit.
See, this is what happens when we have a game in person, is I don't have a filter anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty
Because before it's like, oh man, there's a push-to-talk button in front
I
of
have
me.
to consider the ramifications of pressing this button.
I want to try a thing, but I haven't ever used this yet at all.
Alright.
I want to use auspicious prospects of secrets.
Okay, what the fuck does that do?
So it's very much, it's the one that I send you all the time. It's very much like in your hands. So it provides Sidereal with a 6th sense that tells her when information must be concealed or revealed. Facilitating the realization of destiny in this fashion not only gives Sidereal's goals to strive for, it also helps chosen secrets replenish rations. Sidereal can also attempt to use this charm proactively to gain insight into what direction her own life should next take. Basically, I get a hint from the storyteller
Okay.
of what the direction life should take next. Yeah. So basically, you can steer shit passively with this for you, or I can just be like, I'm gonna blow an essence and roll and see if I can figure shit out.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just trying to figure out, is this a viable thing to do type of thing. But
without having to blow any essence, but knowing that you're using it,
yeah.
without me having to come in and say anything to you, while that you're talking to this guy about all of this stuff, you are reminded of the crystal coffin and how that it had all of your exalt marks on it and dragon marks and the signs of
Do we still remember that was on there? Because I know you said that shit was weird.
You remember that stuff was on it, but you do not remember the pattern that it was on it.
Gotcha.
You do not remember. You remember our cast marks are on it.
Got it. Not like where it's positioned or anything
Where
like that.
where it's positioned, which would be the important part. It's like, I remember that there's an A in this word. I don't know where it is,
But it's there.
but it is most definitely there, and you can never place where it is.
Okay.
It's intelligence plus awareness for eidetic memory, right?
I think it's intelligence plus alertness. And no, eidetic memory does not actually work for this. It will auto-fail. Even if you blow willpower on it.
Good try. Good try.
What if we blow 2 willpower on it?
It is underneath the effect of Arcane 6.
It has higher arcane than I do.
It has higher arcane than she can possibly get.
Yeah, that's why I tried being like, is this similar to my arcane bullshit? It's like, yeah, it feels similar. Okay.
So you are reminded of the crystal coffin and it having the cast marks and the astrological signs and all that kind of stuff.
So the coffin comes to mind, not the crystals or the gems.
Correct. The crystal coffin comes to mind.
Okay.
You are also reminded of the hilt of the first sword. Like, you're kind of like thinking back on that day and you're kind of like, oh yeah, there was that and this and this.
Do I feel... feel free to say yes or no, or like I wouldn't know. Do I feel like it's a... that stuff being there should be concealed or revealed to them?
You have a good idea that they probably already know about that stuff.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Conceal, don't feel. Don't let it show.
Conceal your feels.
I'm glad you got that.
Are you in?
Those are the only two things you want out of there?
Those are the only two things we'd like, and it seems like that part of our deal has already been struck by Mr. Liv here.
So, I had a couple questions. The coffin that's in there.
Yes.
Do you know what's in it?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So you don't know the name of the thing that's in it?
No. Do you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I also have a question.
Yes.
One of the vials that wasn't opened was, what was that? Dancing coffin disease? Something along those lines? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What were the other two? Because you said which one, so you know what the other two are.
Vials that are filled. Right of Black Death is a white liquid, Plague of Bones. Next is green, the Hell of Rotting Flesh. Yellow liquid, the Stygian Curse.
So the middle one's the only one I don't know about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he gives you those names. The Hell of Rotting Flesh, the Stygian Curse, and
Because I had to plug mine in.
The bone one.
the Bone one.
What is the Hell of Rotting Flesh?
It is a extremely communicable disease that affects any living organism that it touches. It basically eats them away like acid.
A lot of buzzwords in there.
So,
I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out what we gotta do in this.
your pick of loot, we can pay you.
No, I speak for only me. I can't speak for what they want. This is purely
Do
selfish.
you all want payment? We have money.
And figure it out after the job so we can judge by how difficult this job is.
Sure.
What's that cool sword do?
Do you want the big sword?
Yes. I like big swords.
It's just a hilt, isn't it, though?
Yeah, it's just a hilt.
It might help me with defending myself against my sisters.
It is the first sword that was ever made during the First War.
There were plenty of swords before World War One.
Different war.
Much, much older war.
Brendan, does the First War fall under occult knowledge?
It would not. It would fall under no knowledge that's on there.
Okay.
Would the First War be taught about in my kindergarten courses?
What war were you taught in kindergarten, Cody?
Yo, Dragonborn families are weird.
Fair.
Okay, so I assume Cass and Marcy are just kind of like, we're gonna hold off on asking for a thing and see how this shit fest goes first.
Correct.
Not only are Dragonborn families weird, but he's also from the Dragonborn family from a penal colony, so...
Yeah, also, I'm pretty sure
You're from the dragon equivalent of Australia.
No, his family is actually from Australia.
I'm pretty sure both Australia and Alabama would teach their kids about some form of war by age 3.
Okay, so we're gonna plan this out, I guess. When are we planning to do this?
Well, it would have to be done by Halloween at the latest.
That's right, because they're moving all of them out.
Yes, they're moving everything the day after Halloween.
I can get you there and back without a problem.
He's our
Well, yeah,
driver.
we've gotten there and back before without a problem.
He's right, you know.
It's easy. You just take the subway.
I got you, buddy.
You know you don't want to take.
I'm a lot faster than
I'm
the
pretty
subway.
sure I remember something about avoiding the subway.
I definitely want to avoid the subway.
I
Don't
remember
wanna be
something
on the
about
subway.
avoiding the subway. It vaguely reminds me.
I remember getting attacked in the subway.
My uncle said it's not a good idea.
You might have mentioned it to me then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could take it.
I'm
I wanna
not
race a
riding
train.
on the subway.
So, here is my suggestion here. Stargazer here is our driver. He's also pretty good in a fight. But if he has to reveal himself, things are going to get very loud.
Don't
Going in
forget who's
loud.
on.
Roko over here is fairly stealthy, knowledgeable in the occult, and has a kind of looks over him, winning personality.
Roko Ono.
He's also one of the best hackers in, well, ever. Has a very unique style that I think that you would particularly find interesting as he stares at Liv.
Joke's on you. Liv doesn't find anything interesting.
Oh.
Did we establish if I'm allowed to smoke in this building or not?
It's your fucking clubhouse, and the ghost that owns the clubhouse. is
Yeah,
probably
you might get the ghost lung cancer.
You know, that could kill me.
Again? So
Nah.
put it shot through the heart.
Because you're so
Nah,
thin.
you'll be fine. Your lungs are well ventilated.
Yeah. That was
No.
that was the joke.
You
That was a
know.
joke because you got shot through the lungs and the heart or something. I don't remember. You died.
You know.
Cass just lights up a
that
cigarette and
should-
says, "Fuck
that
it."
should have
I'm
been
going to
hurtful.
step
But it
away
wasn't,
from
and
where
I think
Cass
that's
is with
more
her
hurtful.
cigarette. Just on the other side of the room from Cass. I'm playing the Christina game.
Leonard here would be our
Physical.
muscle. Always need a little bit of muscle for moving things. I'm thinking he kind of wavers between the two girls, and he's just like, Cass would be our scout, the person who goes in and finds out all the information,
Cases the joint,
cases the joint, figures things out.
which is funny because I've already mildly done that already.
Marcy would be our distraction, the face of the one of the faces of the operation. You seem quite good with words. Yeah, actually, you fucking
Marcy is good with words. Britt is very bad with words.
Marcy-
You chose this like-
I was gonna say,
You chose this
Marcy's very charismatic.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do have charisma.
To be fair,
4.
yeah.
I have manipulation for it.
I have manipulation 3.
Yeah, I've got
And
manipulation
appearance
1.
2.
Same! So you and I are average.
Fuck yeah.
2 is average on appearance.
We are average.
3 is where it gets, like, noticeable.
So all the girls are average looking, and every single guy in this group is at least above average.
I have to be. Sorry.
You have to either be a 3 or above or a 0. There is no in between for an abyssal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it
Yes.
has to either be an actual corpse or just like weirdly attractive.
Huh.
3,
There's no
4, 5.
I just needed somewhere to put my dots.
What did I put yours at, Jesse?
Manipulation.
Appearance?
You've done charismatic.
Oh, 2. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
more and charismatic.
Jesse's also average looking despite being a robot.
He's really shiny and chrome.
He's a very average robot. Like, you put them in the
Put the
kitchen
lime
aisle
in the
of Lowe's.
coconut.
Stand mixer.
And
Drink it all up.
Wouldn't even see them.
finally, I think
Mhm.
Liv here should be our safe cracker.
So you ever cracked a safe before?
I have a feeling that he can do something like that.
Safes and rib cages can't be that different.
I feel like I'd like to disagree with that.
The human
But
body is far more
I actually
moving
don't
than
want to
any
sit
safe.
and calculate the number of differences between those two things.
The human body has far more moving pieces than any safe.
He's not wrong.
It's true.
Technically, this is an accurate statement.
Technical victories are the best victories.
All right, so we are now going to enter into the second phase. Oh, well, I guess this is not the planning stuff. But this is the second part of the thing. I am basically going to go around the air quotes table and give everyone a scene, basically a montage scene, where that you guys tell me how that you guys are going to
Do the thing!
how that you guys are like setting up to like get your stuff ready. The basic idea for this entire heist thing is that the heist itself is a character sheet that you guys have to defeat.
Butter.
The
Cool.
heist has defenses,
They see that.
offensive moves,
I'm having a weird sense
And-
of deja vu.
it also has HP, or heist points.
Yep, there's deja vu right there.
So the basic idea is that you guys, you go around on your own things, and you guys are basically going to discover stuff.
You remember I live with them, so
Um,
tell me straight.
If that you all, like, end up not discovering a thing that might screw you over later, like, it could basically turn the heist portion of
Time
the
to go
game.
loud.
Yeah, and you're basically gonna go loud.
Do I
The
feel-
longer that you guys stay quiet, the better. I will, like, spoilers, you are going to go loud at some point. That is going to be some of the fun of it. In a heist movie, something always goes wrong.
Oh,
You guys
You
are just
bring
here.
Liddy along, that's what
You guys
we're
are
wrong.
just here to determine when that goes wrong.
You know what we gotta do, Cody? We gotta have our Payday 2 masks.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the sad seal. It's always the sad seal.
I just have the Clark Kent sunglasses. It's
Oh
fine.
man.
So,
We get
does everybody
kind
kind of understand the concept of this?
Okay, I got a question.
Yes.
Here's my false identities I get. Medium, charlatan, midwife, physician, archaeologist, inventor, pawnbroker, spy, priest, librarian, supernatural being, magician, teacher, prophet, or professor.
Archaeologist.
I feel like that's a good
Archaeologist.
I feel like for
Pilfer the name of the archaeologist that brought the stuff there.
Ooh, that's spicy.
So the only issue with that is if I do
identity cannot be a specific person.
Oh.
It is a
it,
trope.
it's they get a better boon to trying to figure me out if I do
Gotcha.
that. But I was thinking archaeologist. I just didn't know if anybody else had a better suggestion. So
That looks like a very disappointed face.
I mean, make your parents proud. Go as minstrel.
not.
magician. I did say that.
Magician.
Maybe that's the same word. I'm gonna make these things disappear.
That's pretty fucking good.
And look now, as I take all these deadly poisons and make them disappear.
Hold on.
Into my rabbit!
Well, I also did look at the shit previously as
Plot twist.
Yes.
The rabbits live.
I just have like a rabbit
Drip
trigger
them
on me.
So, Christina, while you're trying to... Actually, it honestly makes more sense for Christina to probably go first on this, and then you guys probably
It's fine.
pick up the... So I don't want to say the slack, but, like,
Build off of it.
build off
No,
of
it's
it.
just the day of the heist. It's just like how we're preparing for the heist.
This is the montage of how you guys are preparing for the heist.
No, let Lenny go first.
Okay, cool, so we're
I can
going
be
loud
stealthy.
immediately.
No.
Alright, Lenny, time to be stealthy. Immediately shoots 40 hostages.
I have a question. Just a single question.
I have an answer. Stupid
So, okay. I have our King 4. And we've already had issues with me not showing up for like attendance and assignments and shit like that.
answer. Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to perceive that I might disappear from cameras potentially if they're recording me?
You have not had to figure that out yet, but it might happen.
We do have a hacker man, though.
I was just curious, so I don't know if that was something.
So you know that it is not one of those immediate things. it fades over time. Because when you go to class, you obviously like write your name on the attendance record, or they take attendance or whatever. And they recognize that you're there for then, but then you just kind of over time like have faded into the background.
I think I'm just gonna go in as myself. If anybody asks, it's like, I'm a student, here's my student ID, I'm doing a report on these for this class.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a lie, because that was one of our options, was to do a report.
Okay.
So I've been in there before already.
So we're gonna start your montage.
Mhm.
So Cass goes in. It's real quick. She does not argue with the ticket taker this time, who's trying to explain to them about how the museum needs money.
No, I'm not gonna deal with him this time.
It kind of like blows past like you like going down hallways, and like you go to, I guess, go check out whichever.
So I'm going in with I'm going in with like a looks like a notebook with that looks like a school notebook and a pen and everything like that. And I'm gonna go around and look at other exhibits first, as if I'm trying to like, if anybody were like to peek over and be like, this information, like question mark, do I want to do this? Like make it look like I'm trying to figure out what in the museum I want to study, and at the same time trying to like look at how the cameras are placed around things. I'm looking at exhibits that are close to the ones we're trying to take.
Okay.
And eventually I'm going to actually look at those exhibits and write notes on them and stuff.
Okay, and you're basically writing down the placement on like cameras and stuff.
Yeah, almost in like a offhanded way that almost a code.
Okay. You find quite a few cameras along the way. No surprise there. This is a museum. Security is kind of a big deal. You want to know which child to yell at for taking down the T-Rex display.
I think I remember the last time we were in there was like thermal sensors or like a line going across it, because I actually think I looked at the shit that was protecting the stuff last time.
That T-Rex is gonna fucking come alive. I'm calling it now. Is that motherfucker? He's gonna get T-Rex attack us.
See, the thing is you had the option to choose who brought it to life, and you chose not to take that charm.
You're the one who can have necromancy charm, so like,
Yeah, but I don't.
you could be the one to do.
It's your fault that it's not coming alive on our side.
Anyway, so you go and you make note of the cameras along the way from the entrance towards what's the first exhibit that you're going to go and see. That's of the important stuff.
The vials.
The vials, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You make note of a few and make sure to like mark them down in some way that you remember. What do you do once you're at the vials then? Are you going to just kind of go from the vials to like the next?
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm going to circle around them for a little bit and then eventually go into the vials, look at the case, see if there's, I think I did this last time when I was looking at, like, look at the camera placement, look if there's any lines, like any sensor lines around it, kind of how far away it is from exits or any, and how far the exhibits are away from each other. If there's any guards that are around it, like the whole shebang.
There is, I'm going to be honest with you, besides camera placement and like knowing if something is in glass, there is not going to be a whole lot of shit that you can get from being a student. I'm just straight up going to tell you that.
Go to put eyeshadow on and sneeze where all the eyeshadow goes everywhere and exposes all the pictures.
And this can be a preliminary case. I can go back in as another person.
Right, but I'm trying to do like your montage so I can switch to another person.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay. So you do your preliminary casing and you have the cameras.
Yeah.
Okay. Surprising no one, cameras is most certainly a defense on this heist character sheet.
And there's glass over them.
And there's glass over the display case for the gems and the vials. The other ones are too big to really, like, nobody is going to be, to them, nobody is going to be picking up the crystal coffin, and nobody is picking up the
To be fair,
hilts
our
of the
objectives
sword.
are really only
Sounds
the
like
vials.
enough to me.
Are really only the vials and the gems. I'm not even caring about the other
Now,
stuff.
side note. Safe cracker, is that getting into the glass cases?
Yeah, more or less. It would be that or anything
Any
else.
sort of defense, any sort of containment system for
Getting into the keycard lock boxes.
the spring this saw.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you're basically doing?
Pretty much. pretty much exactly what I'm doing.
Okay, so Christina, you finish your preliminary montage of doing stuff.
Mhm.
What else do you want to do?
I think I'm going to go in as an archaeologist this time.
Okay. So, the basic thing you have to do is you can only put on your dynamic LARPing ability when you are not in view of anyone.
Yeah, so I have to go down like an alley or some shit
You
and
go-
like
you-
hide
you
behind a
can- You
dumpster.
can literally go into the bathroom.
I was sure to do that too.
You go into the bathroom and you switch. You don't even have to switch clothes. You just switch identities.
I Wonder Woman spin around and turn to an archaeologist.
Yeah, you Wonder Woman spin around, turn into an archaeologist, and
And I also have a different notebook this time. It looks more professional.
there we go.
Kind of dusty, as if it might have been in a tomb with me.
So as you walk out, looking a little bit more like an archaeologist, a security guard comes up to you and he's just like, "Hey, he's kind of like
Reese.
Dr. Reese.
Mhm.
Hey, I didn't know you were working today. I didn't even see you on the schedule."
I'm just coming through and doing a preliminary round, just making sure everything looks okay before we end up moving them to the CDC.
Oh, for the vials. Yeah. Here, let me do what did you need to know?
I'm just making sure that the security measures are up to par. You know, they're quite sensitive, and I don't want anything to happen to them.
Yeah, we did just install the new pressure sensitive glass on them.
Excellent. No issues with that.
No issues with that. Me and the boys were testing it out the other night. We turned off the we made sure to let the cops know so that they wouldn't freak out if they saw the alarm go off.
Wait, say that one more time?
They were basically fucking around with it the other
Oh,
night.
okay.
When you test the alarm, you have to call emergency services to let them know you're testing the alarm.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure I heard that
Or else they show
correctly.
up and get real pissed off.
Yeah. Yes, did they end up putting any other implements in place? I know they were speaking to me about doing such, but they didn't
For
quite
the-
elaborate.
For the vials,
Yes, and they mentioned something about the gemstones, I believe, that were in the, she says where they're located at.
The gemstones. So for the vials, the only thing that we really did was we upped guard rotations on there. It's a lot more secure there. Had to pull Tony off of the crystal coffin, but that fucking thing ain't going anywhere.
Of course not. No, that thing is not polite at all.
We also added in some more. He kind of points at where some more construction is. Just we also added in some more shuttered doors here and here. Just kind of to make sure that things were fine. We've been getting a lot of heat from the higher ups.
And you tested everything, yes?
Yes, of course we tested everything.
Good. Everything, no bugs, no nothing, no glitches, anything
Nope,
like
no
that?
bugs, no nothing, no glitches.
Okay. And then the cameras are up to par as well? All of them are working?
Cameras are up to par. They're in the security.
You guys don't have any of those false cameras and they don't actually work. They're just there to look.
No. Why do you think we're charging $15 a person to come in?
Look,
Yes.
look, you haven't studied these things like I have. They're not something that I want in the hands of anyone else around here.
All right. Yeah, I understand. Do you wanna? Anything else you need from us?
Sorry, I don't mean to be paranoid. Do you mind just showing me everything, really?
All right. Well, he takes you over to the vials. Here's the security glass. Don't touch it.
Okay.
Pressure sensitive. If you put more than a pound of pressure on it, like a pound of pressure total on it.
If Breeze could set that shit off.
Fucking Indiana Jones in this shit.
It'll set it off.
So even if we had children, say, run over here unescorted, then they could set it off by accident?
Absolutely.
Oh, alright.
Why would you put... No, that's why we also have the little guardrails here, so the kids have to actually try to, jump over it. It's fine. Fucking...
It's fine. These are just...
We got 5 security cameras focusing on this, and 3 other ones that are looking over at the causeways. We've got 2 shuttering doors on either side that we can just, from the security office, we can just click, bam, boom. Doors come down, nobody gets out.
Also, if we get burnt here, I'm leaving you all.
I'll just walk through the doors.
I know you've got guard rotations,
Technically,
yes?
that could make all of us leave, but that's not really the point.
Technically, yes.
I should have picked
But
up that
do
one
you
too,
want to
Cody.
go into the Shadowlands of this highly guarded museum? Because
No,
it might not be great.
That is the last ditch effort.
Nah, I can punch a lot more of those guys. Let's do it.
And then you've got guards, yes.
Yes, of course. We got a couple of me and the boys are pulling a lot of shifts. We got about 15 of us on every night.
Excellent. And rotations and whatnot as well?
Yes, rotations are all set up. Most of them are focused around the vials, but we do have a couple people who are mostly around the gems.
Good. Okay. And coffin and everything else is under. Well, they're not going to be moved.
Yeah, the coffin's not going to get fucking moved. You need a fucking helicopter to come in and get that thing out. So we had to get it in. Don't you remember, Reese?
Sorry, I've had a lot on my mind lately.
That thing weighs like
Look, you
15 tons.
You think you're getting pressured?
15
I'm also getting
tons.
pressured to make sure this is all safe before it gets transported away. You have to understand.
Right, of course.
So, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I have to, everything.
Yeah, no, I understand. Okay, so you're all good?
Do you mind? I promise I'll leave you alone after this, and because I have to head some. She looks at her watch. She's like, I have to head somewhere after this anyways to make sure certain preparations are made. Do you mind if I take a look at the cameras just to make sure they're functional, so I can say I did it and then not have to worry about it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it should be fine. He leads you up some stairs.
Essentially, I'm trying to figure out where the cameras are at so I can tell them.
You're figuring out where cameras are, and he leads you into a security station with a passcode that he does not try to hide because he thinks that you know it. Anyway, because you work for the... You can make me a roll a little bit later to try and remember that code.
With my lightning calculator stuff, too.
Don't you have like
I don't, but I'm good with numbers.
And then he leads you into the security office. There are there's like a whole big screen of security cameras that are going off. There is one of his buddies is just kind of sitting there eating a donut. He looks at you and he just goes, "Oh, hey, Dr.
Reese.
Before you can even say that, the other guy's, "What the fuck, Joey? You know this is Dr. Reese, you fucking chump!"
It's fine. Everybody's preoccupied with stuff. It's alright. I'm taking a look at the cameras.
Yes, yeah, Doc, sorry. I was just putting my feet up a little bit. You know, it's boring when it's a museum. What are you gonna do?
It's fine. I understand.
He, lets you, look at stuff, and everything looks fine. You do get placement stuff on, the museum,
I'm also trying to figure out any blind spots in the cameras, too.
There are a few that appear every now and again as the cameras are swiveling.
There's swivel cameras. How? What's the speed on the swivels?
I want to say average. It's I couldn't give you an actual speed because I don't know.
It's one of those things of if I had to run between cameras,
you would have about a 10-second gap,
okay.
which is pretty sizable, but they are fairly. They're pretty well off with this. Yeah, so, this is the security room. This is everything looking good then, huh?
I'm gonna make it look like I'm inspecting all the cameras. It's okay, good placements. That looks perfect. Okay. Alright, I feel better. I feel like I can relay this and hopefully everything will work out fine. Hopefully I won't have to be back anytime soon to deal with anything. Sorry to bother you all.
Yeah, no problem, Risa. If you want to go grab a drink with us afterwards, just let us know.
I'll let you know. Yes, like I said, need to go and handle some other matters, but we'll see how long that takes.
Okay. So, you finish up. I assume that you go back to the ladies' room and drop your dynamic LARPing disguise of Dr. Reese, the archaeologist.
Yep.
We'll
come out as chaos.
If you want to, at any other point further down, you can continue to work on that disguise as another character that you can use. But for now,
Museums.
basically, your archaeologist character is a woman named Dr. Reese, who is an archaeologist. Well, now that we know what Cass is doing, we'll come back in a few weeks to see what the rest of the crew is up to, and maybe even begin the heist proper. In the meantime, you can also check our other content out, such as our Shadow of the Demon Lord game, or even some of our older campaigns. I'm personally going back through Mage at the moment in hopes of finishing it up once we can meet in person again. If you liked what you heard, give us a like, tell your friends, and follow us for more updates. If you wanted to contact us, you can message us on Twitter at apairofdicelost, or email us at apairofdicelost@gmail.com. Our theme song for this game is Epic Blockbuster 2 by Raphael Crux. Other music in this episode was provided by Jazar, Art of Escapism, Raphael Crux, Status Q, and Kevin McLeod. And finally, for making it through everything, I just saw that cool thing you did, so take a stunt back.